This is the plaintiff, Frank. He says he bought a beautiful diamond engagement ring from the defendant, and when he had it sized for his fiancée, they compromised the integrity of the ring because now the diamonds are falling out. If that weren't bad enough, his guy fixed the ring by replacing the diamonds with lesser quality stones. If the defendant thinks he's some sort of patsy, he's got something else coming to him, like this lawsuit. He's suing for $5,000, the cost of the ring. These are the defendants, Denise Crimmins and Oleg Katanov. Denise says the plaintiff's fiancé wore the ring for months and came in for a repair because one of the diamonds fell out. They repaired it and replaced the diamond. Next month, they returned complaining again, so they sent the ring to the manufacturer and got a brand new ring. By the way, the manufacturer said the diamond fell out due to abuse. They've been in business 31 years. They've done enough for this wacky couple and have done all they can to satisfy their customer. They're accused of being junky jewelers.
All parties, please raise your right hand. Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, Frank, you've asked us not to mention your last name. We'll respect that. You are suing AA Jewelry Incorporated, represented here by Denise Crimmins and Oleg Katanov. All right, you're suing for $5,000. You say your damages are actually more than that because a ring that they sold you has turned out to be a huge problem.
Yes,
all right.
Your Honor.
This ring is an engagement ring?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, tell me what happened.
In February of this
Are
year.
you still with her?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is she here?
She could not be here today. She's a public school teacher. And
Bad sign, my friend. How long have you been married?
3.5 months.
3.5 months, and she can't be by your side in a lawsuit about her ring?
It was for, she couldn't be here for employment purposes. She didn't want to risk her job. She did sign a written statement affidavit.
Okay, so tell me what happened.
In February of 2012, we went to the defendant's jewelry store and she fell in love with this ring. So, you know, we purchased it.
Do you have the ring here?
I purchased it, I do.
May I see that and the paperwork from the purchase?
This is the ring and this is the receipt. Okay.
Ooh, beautiful. It's unusual for a engagement ring.
Which is why she fell in love with it.
Right, exactly.
It was very different and very unusual.
Nice. All right, and so go on.
Approximately a month and a half to 2 months after I purchased the ring, she brought the ring back to have the defendant clean it. A couple of days after it was cleaned, my wife noticed that a couple of the diamonds had fallen out. The defendant replaced the 2 missing diamonds with 2 diamonds that were clearly of lesser quality.
How long had she been wearing it at that point?
It was about 2 months. Now, when we first purchased the ring, they resized the ring so that it would fit on her finger.
Bigger or smaller?
I believe they made it bigger. I'm not sure if they'd made it bigger or smaller.
Bigger.
How do you make it bigger?
Cut it in the middle.
In the middle back here?
Right.
And then?
And put small piece.
More metal.
Right.
Okay.
And solder it back.
And what effect does that have on because there's a lot of little diamonds set in the setting, what effect does it have on that?
To make it bigger, no effect.
But, okay, and is this a ring that you guys make or that you buy from a manufacturer?
Manufacturer.
So why didn't you just get it in the correct size?
Okay, it would have to be definitely a special order if it was being made smaller. Bigger is absolutely no problem. And we have paperwork to show that.
Okay, because when you make it smaller, you're opening up the prongs, but when you make it bigger, it's tightening.
Right.
But that presupposes, this ring is spectacular.
Thank you.
Why not just play it safe anyway, since we're still messing with the...
Because it was only actually a quarter of a size. You would definitely...
It was so little that you just felt comfortable that it wasn't...
Right. Anything under a size usually is never a problem.
Okay.
Well, Your Honor, this was just the beginning.
Okay.
So then in June of this year, my wife Kimberly noticed that 2 more diamonds had fallen out of the ring. So the next day I returned to the defendant's store with the ring. They again apologized and said that they would fix it, and they replaced the 2 missing diamonds. And the following week, another diamond had fallen out. So now we went back, and now we were a little bit more upset because now our wedding was a couple weeks away, and the diamonds just seemed to keep falling out. and the defendant, Denise, offered to have the ring sent back to the manufacturer so that they could take all the stones out, recast a new ring.
Or just give you a ring in the correct size.
Well, we
Or
would
right.
have it made into her size because at that point she had
Had the
decided.
same ring made into her size?
No, have a brand new one, which
Brand
is
new ring.
recasting.
Okay, is that what
but-
this purports to be? A brand new ring in her
Yes,
size?
but
Show
you-
me the paperwork.
Okay.
But according to you, you're saying that it's not a new
That's
ring, that
not a
it's the
new
same
ring.
defective
That's the
ring
same.
that's been resized.
Correct, and there's a diamond missing out of that also.
Out of this one?
Yes, ma'am.
Come on over here. Show me where.
It is on the bottom there here, about 4 or 5 stones up.
Yeah, I need that. I think you're right. I think a stone is missing. Do you have the lupa? The whatever you...
Not visible.
No?
And one of
After the ring came back, how long did your wife wear it?
we didn't. It actually came back from the manufacturer the first time, and as soon as they handed it to me, I noticed there was a diamond missing. And I said, Denise, there's a diamond missing right on top. She took it out of my hand right away and said, oh, they must never have put a diamond in there. Let me send it back. So she sent it back to the manufacturer a second time. Now, 4 weeks after they had originally taken the ring from us, we came back in and they gave us that ring, which they said was a brand new ring from the manufacturer. And we immediately said, it's not, it's the same ring.
So you never took it? When they say, did you immediately say, no, it's not, this is not a new ring,
We
and
said,
not
no,
take it?
We said, no, it's not. That is
Oh, you took
the
it,
same old ring.
'cause it's in my hand, so-
and we took it.
You
because-
took it, but you said right there, that is not the same ring, I'm not
Correct.
happy, and we're gonna have a
Correct.
problem. How soon after that did you file a lawsuit?
I have the dates.
Yeah, go ahead, go back. All right, so he buys the ring, there's numerous problems, you're trying to make good on it because you guarantee your jewelry, and then you send it to the manufacturer and they send you a brand new ring.
Yes.
All right, may I see the paperwork from the manufacturer that proves that they sent you a brand new ring? New casting with original diamonds. How is that a brand new ring?
A casting is the gold part of the ring.
Right?
So that means the whole casting, but she wanted her diamonds back.
Okay, but
So
I thought that what we were talking about was because this is a mass-produced ring, it's not unique.
No, that's one not so mass produced.
Not so mass-produced?
We go to a person that actually hand sets.
If I right now said to you, I want this ring in a 4.75.
We'd have to order it.
That's correct. And do I get somebody else's ring or some
No, they'll
repurposed
they'll
ring? Or
redo
do
it.
I get a brand new 4.75?
You get a real.
So
get
when
a
you
brand
said
new.
to them, you've had so many problems that I'm going to go to the manufacturer and get you a new ring, why didn't you get him a new ring? Why didn't you just...
It is a new ring. Honest to God.
No, but it
is a
says,
new ring.
no, but the paperwork says new casting with original diamonds.
Okay, let me explain what a casting is. A casting is when they take a whole new setting, and then they take the diamonds and they put it into. So
Well, I guess no
this
matter
part-
what, they're putting, when they first make a ring, they're putting diamonds in,
No, can I
right?
show
At
you?
some point.
You have the ring in your hand. Can I come up to you?
Nah, I kind of like it, and I don't want you to get anywhere near it. Yeah. Come on over here.
But this area here is
Right.
called the casting. So this was a whole new casting,
Right.
and they placed the diamonds in it.
So why do we still have problems if there's a diamond missing?
Well, when we went and we had it checked, they said it was abuse, maybe going in and out of a drawer. It kept getting banged. That's what we were explained. Because we took
But he
it
says
to
that-
get
Your Honor,
upset.
He says that, hold on a second, hold on a second.
And we were,
Hold on a second. He says that he's standing at your store and notices there's a diamond missing.
well, at that point, the one that he stood at my store, if I explained to him it was still white, which means the manufacturer actually never put the diamond back in there. And that was one of the diamonds she had been complaining about. So I think that they were having trouble matching
Okay,
the same
so at
stone.
what point does the man say, I'm sick of this? Put your hand down. Go ahead and go back to the podium. So at what point does a consumer have a right to say, oh, come on, man, I paid you X amount of money, which by the way, why you're suing for $5,000 when you paid $2,300 and something?
I have an appraisal signed by the defendant from when I purchased the ring, stating
Oh,
that the
please.
value of the ring was $5,200.
Neither side believes the appraisal when it okay. So at what point does a consumer have a right to say, look, I paid you $2,300 for this thing, and I've had, I didn't envision that it were going to be constant problems. It's not like he walked in the first time there was a problem, threw it at you, and said, give me my money back. He has been patient. He has come back over and over, and you have to have been pretty embarrassed the day that he finally comes back to get the new ring from the manufacturer, and there's a diamond missing. Like, at what point does he have a right to pull the plug?
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So, can diamonds fall out just in the ordinary course of things, if you hit your hand on or whatnot after 2 months?
They can. If diamonds, if they're not in right, they can fall out just by hitting it.
If they're not in right, but I'm saying, is there a defect if they start falling out, or could it happen just from abuse from the person who wears it?
I think diamonds should not fall out of your ring. If you have a good quality diamond ring, you should be able to hit it. You're wearing it the rest of your life.
Fair enough. Male perspective.
Yeah, I'd say, if you bought the ring maybe in Chinatown or something, if it's a low quality ring, then I'd say maybe it does fall out, but I don't think it should.
Are you anti-Chinatown?
I love Chinatown, but I wouldn't buy a ring for my wife.
Backpedaling, going inside the courtroom.
I was actually mortified because I've been in business 31 years, but his fiance at the time kept telling me how much he's a lawyer and how much I got to take care of things. And I said, you know what? You can call any of my clients. I've always stood by my stuff. I will always stand by my stuff. Okay. And I actually said to them the day that they were picking it up, and she kept saying, that's the same ring. I said to her, please leave it here. She put it on her finger, walked away, and left him with me. Just walked away.
And
then I didn't hear nothing until he called me and said, another stone fell out. Either give me back my money or I'm suing you.
Right. But I guess what I'm asking you is, why is he wrong?
Okay.
I mean, he's given you 100 opportunities to get it right.
And 2 letters that say that it was abuse.
Okay.
Okay.
Your Honor, I've had 2 independent jewelers look at the ring. I've written statements from both of them.
Let me see that. I've looked over the diamond ring, blah, blah, blah. The ring was out of shape and crashed on a side, meaning abuse or living. I mean, what does she do for a living?
She's a school teacher.
Right. How much banging on the table does she do? I mean, you know what I mean? Like, it should be able to withstand common everyday living.
Right, except I'm
not a gentle person, so I know how my rings end up looking, and I deal with it, and I deal with the repairs. But it should also be able to withstand common everyday living. And
it could be in and out of drawers. We don't know. And Your Honor, I would like to say if she banged it going in and out of the drawer.
Banged it going in.
Let me also state that we never charged them a dime to do anything. And the day they left with the ring for the last time, I said, please, if you're not happy, let me send it back.
Well, how could he be happy? He left with the ring with a missing stone. He was already.
No. When he left that time, there was nothing missing. There was nothing missing.
So your testimony is that when he left that time, there wasn't a stone missing.
Right.
Is that
When he
accurate? And
left
then
the
the stone
very
fell
last time.
afterwards?
Yes, Your Honor, that's correct.
Okay.
The stone fell out immediately after.
And I said to him, please, if you're not happy, leave it. Let me try one more time. That's what I said to him.
She had already
and
sent
they
it back
wouldn't.
3 times.
And then you
2
were just
times.
tired.
So after the second time.
You were tired. The reason I'm taking so long is because I want to keep the ring on my finger. Fun and games are over. I see both of your points of view, but I'm going to agree with him. Not to the extent that he knows that he doesn't deserve $5,000 and that's kind of bogus. But he paid $2,300, tax included, is what he paid for the ring. The ring is going to go back to you, and I'm going to order you to return the money that the man paid you, $2,300, verdict for the plaintiff. Okay? Good luck, folks.
Take the ring down.
So first out of the courtroom, the jeweler here on the losing end of this decision. What's your reaction?
Well, I'm still upset. I think we stood by it. I think she wore it long enough, and we shouldn't be responsible at this
How
point.
long does a customer have to go? How much do they have to go through before they're entitled to their
She went
money?
through 4 or 5 months of wearing it, so how do we know what she did in that 4 or 5 months?
What do you think she did?
Banged it.
Banged it? Like bang? What do you
Like
mean?
in and out of a drawer, and she got it caught
You
or
need to see
pulled.
ring to
You have
see
to see the ring and see how
how-
pretty it is, and that it's got levels, and it would have been,
All right. Okay. So your reputation, you don't think you get a stain out of this deal?
Well, I
On
feel
your
very bad
reputation?
because I continually tried to help her. Continually.
All right. All right. Around
And
the
no
corner.
charge, by the way.
Thank you. All right. So step on in here. You win your case, but the ring's gone.
Yeah, a little upset that the ring was given back to them. It was very sentimental, and I know my wife will be upset because it did have sentimental value as our engagement ring. But I guess we'll, take the money and buy a new one, start anew.
That's what you're going to do? You're going to start fresh?
Start fresh.
Pretend you're just engaged again and pick out a nice ring?
Yep.
That sounds
And
nice.
then we'll I guess have to honeymoon again as well.
Okay. Harvey?
It's real simple. The ring has to be sturdy enough to handle everyday life, period. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.